All right, welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program. And last episode, we put in our first two of these to get this chain running a little bit smoother. Now, actually, from this, if we replace these, then this whole thing will be running on a chain. You don't have to worry about anything else. And then we need these for this part of it. So we need those, and then that whole thing will be running, because even though this will be slow, it will have everything that it needs. Except what is coming in here again? This is graphene. Okay, so those are three more things that we need. So we need the graphene. This tower is now full, so we're going to have to use a different tower for these. Do I have enough room to plop one down here? Too close to another logistics, and this need... So it looks like here's how close they can be to each other. But here, we would need foundations, so let's just do that really quick. Because they can be close enough to each other, I'm just going to put this here. I'll worry about making it pretty later. So what we want on here is we're going to need some of this for over in here. And then the same thing over here. We're going to need the coils that are right here. And then these are going to be needed for over in here. And then once that's done, we'll just let this automate, and we'll get as many of these things and as many of these drones as we can get in there. Yeah, I'll worry about balancing the drone load later. So we got a tower over here. Actually, I think so. The coal is right here. Let me get down so I'm not burning energy while up in the air. Do I want to make a new place for coal? Because from here, I could theoretically siphon off some... I don't really want to do that though. The only issue is that these up here are going to be pretty far away. So while I'll request those, I'm not going to actually throw them in yet. I'll get the rest of the stuff from down in here though. Let's land down here. So these are being made down here. And those are up here. So I could probably fit a tower in. Let's see if it's... Yep, just needs foundation support over here. So do I still have any... There they are. Just do that. Put that there. And I do want to see what my electricity load is looking like. It looks really good at the moment. So what we're going to put into here is, of course, this. And then we're going to put in this. And we're going to... Yeah, we're going to have to go back and change the other one to demand. Where am I going to put this at where it's possible, but not blocking something that I want? Probably right there. So while this is a little spaghettified right now, once I can start cleaning up stuff, then I can rearrange. But now we'll push some of that into here. Did I grab any drones? I only got 3. Well, dump the 3 in there at least. Line splitter, I want that. Is there enough room? And because I want the power, I'll throw that back over in there. I gotta get my inventory more organized too. Select that. So we go like this. There's no real good spot to put that. I guess I could put it here. That does mean I'm going to need to move that as well, though. I do need to cover for that, so. Okay, so if we come down to here, let's move up. Move that into there. To there. And put that into there. Alright, so this is still storing up everything, which is fine. It stores quite a bit of things as well. I'm not going in there to edit any of that yet. You can just click in here to change min-max, but I'm just going to take it all. So we're going to demand, and demand. And the power's off. That's fine. We'll get back down to here. We're going to take 30 of those. Go over to here. Put these 30 into there. And then connect that over on that side is probably the best because I can't use these inputs. Now, first thing I will do is actually I'm just going to take this stuff out, come over to here, put that in. I think everything is still hooked up. Looks like it. So then I can take this, and this is going to be these. Pull that out to here, come up to here, and go to there. Get rid of that. That. And then tell it to feed back into there. So now we're going to have these motors being created non-stop. The next thing was the coal. Is that part of this? That was part of that over here. Yes, that was what was going into here. So we can get rid of that. Bring that out, tell it to do the coal. And have it come over. Now the only thing left that I have to do is just to get the these chips in. And so those chips are going to be needed in both. But I'm not really making enough of those yet, so what would be best for me to do is to create another facility that is focused just on creating those, just mass producing those. In order to be able to set them all up, I'm going to need more than the one tower that I will have left here. We do have, well, we only need the one tower once we set up everything else, but for now, let me set up the line that we're going to be using for that, because it needs to go into both places. So when we have this, which will be that, we'll have it come out, go up one, then down. That would come over like this. And I'm just going to have it split at 50-50 through here. So once that is good to go, then this will be easy enough. Now in the short term, this has the 30 drones, or 23 I think is what it had. But in the short term, what I can do is at least come over to here. Let's get rid of that. And I forgot to grab the tower. That right there. I think it's actually in, yeah, it's actually getting some energy. So we will just have this go straight into there. Tell this to supply those. And then even though it's going to be slow, at least these will get over to those other places and we'll actually be moving stuff. What is this stuff here? So those are crystalline components. So yeah, if I wanted to, I could just put some of these, feed them off of these lines into the towers to supply everything. But I need to build up several of these and several drones first before that will actually be possible to do. So at this point, come back over to here. They should be coming through. There's 17 en route. And this one does have 30, but why does it say 23 of 30? I wonder if those are in process. But in any case, you can see here's the first load that will be coming into here. It'll take a bit for this to load up. And of course, I'm still going to have that one limited by when I fill it up here. And while I supplied steel over here, I just realized I need steel over here as well. So, oops, I don't want to do that. The other thing that I'm going to need to do is actually split this. Like that. that over to here. Come on down. And then over like that. And I'll feed that. So I'll still have to manually put in the steel or the titanium for now. But the rest of this will fill up automatically through everything else that we're going through. And with that in mind, I could just make sure that I put this here. Oh, come on. Let's put in that. We're going to need some more steel for other stuff, so I don't want to dump all of my steel in there yet. The other stuff being that once we have proof that this is working, well, I guess we already do have proof because this has got those 9 chips, and this is already used through all of those and is creating more drones. So, yeah, the next step is we need just a little bit of the yellow science created in order to make sure that we can unlock the rest of what we're looking for. And then, as I've mentioned before, this is going to require some more titanium down here, as we can see here. So the next step that we're going to need to do is wait to grab a few more of these. I'm actually tempted to go ahead and get several of these towers, set up the background infrastructure first, and then worry about doing the rest of what we need to do on here. Is there a place? Let me think here. I just want to make sure everything is caught up the way it's supposed to be. Oh, I piped over the engines directly. So that's not part of this setup yet. I'll get rid of those though. Okay, so yeah, one of the things we'll need to do is get several of these towers. So I'll have to let that run and then just get the basics for those set up all over the place on this planet. Once we have the basics, just all those basic materials being produced in towers somewhere, then we can build off of those. And basically it's the same thing as having them all and having the mini bus that you can see over here on the right hand side, but without all of this stuff in there. And I can get rid of all of that, all the stuff that we see in here, and we can use it in other places. But we're really not going to need that many belts. We're not going to need that much other stuff now that we have the ability to send it through with drones. So really all we need is tons of drones, tons of towers at this point. So I'm going to put a cut in here and just let this run for a while to build up a lot of material. Once I get several towers, when I'm ready to set up the next infrastructure thing, which will require, I'll have to get at least 2 more towers to set that up. Then once that's ready, I'll come back in and show you guys my next steps. So you guys have a good one.